Hey guys, I am back for another NFL content video. This is my power rankings for this week. I don't know if you're going to see this before the game or not. I'm currently recording this about half hour before, but anyways, let's get started. Number 32, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They absolutely stink. Nothing there else to say. Urban Meyer is an absolute train wreck and bad coach. Defense is absolutely terrible. Trevor Lawrence does not look good. Yada yada yada. Same story there. Number 31, the Houston Texans. Davis Mills absolutely sucks. The defense absolutely sucks. He just got mopped by Buffalo. The offense is going nowhere. Anyways, moving on. Number 30, the Detroit Lions. I really want to put the Detroit Lions higher, but the combination of an 0-4 record and lose and go 0 for 4 in red zone attempts. I have to keep them at 30. But anyways, moving on. Number 29, I got the New York Jets. The another team that I want to put higher, but I feel like the Titans offense is Titans are kind of overrated, not to mention missed both of their receivers and the missed field goal. All right, moving on. Number 28, we got the Atlanta Falcons. I was tempted on putting them higher, maybe around 29 or 30. But their problem is the same thing with 2020 and 2019 and 2018 and blah, 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 is that they can't keep leads. Because they can't keep leads, I put them lower. But I originally thought about putting them above New York due to a strength of schedule, but I thought keep New York at 27 due to, I think, New York being a little bit better. Daniel Jones has improvement. The receiving core actually can catch, except for Slayton, who still sucks. And the defense isn't there yet, but they could be eventually. Number 26, the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are kind of overrated week one. Oh, Jalen Hurts this, blah, 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 blah. Again, the Falcons absolutely suck, but ever since then, it has completely fallen off. Number 25, Miami Dolphins. Two is out for a while. Jacoby Brissett doesn't feel like much of a downgrade or upgrade. And while they keep up with Indianapolis, they showed that they can't keep up for very long. And before you know, Indianapolis has run away with it, which is a good bounce back game for them, which we'll get to later. Number 24, we got the Washington football team. Taylor Heineke looked good. The offense, no complaint from there. The defense, absolutely sucked. And they did have that fourth down, and they did have that clutch fourth down with the interception and everything. But then that stupid ref had to come in and throw that flag. That was such a stupid play. That's such a stupid call by the ref. And I thought that was going to turn the game. I thought Atlanta was going to, hold on to the lead and keep it. Nope, didn't happen. And Atlanta blows it. Washington wins. Number 23, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben sucks and he needs to retire. The offense looks absolutely terrible. They can't get Najee Harris going. Those stupid screen passes and dump offs on 4th and long. Like, what the heck? You call a pitch play with Najee Harris on a 4th and 3 with 3 Bengals players in front of him. What the heck? Then while they did have that block kick called back by the refs, the rest of that game was kind of their fault, especially considering you can't give up yard after yard to a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Number 22, you got the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields looks to be the next big thing. Good thing for him is he did look bad against the Browns, but this is a good bounce back game for him, and the defense did its job as well. And David Montgomery and Damian Williams both look good. Hoping the Montgomery injury isn't serious, but if that's the case, Khalil Herbert might end up being number 2, but we'll see. Number 21, the Indianapolis Colts. Good game for them. They're back up to 1-3. I don't think they're gonna be out like I feel like the AFC North, I feel like the Browns and Ravens probably will lock up 2 of those spots. And the AFC West will probably get the other 3 between Kansas City, Denver, the Chargers, and the Raiders. So I don't think Indianapolis making the playoffs is a wild card spot. Or they could somehow dethrone the Titans for that division, considering it doesn't look that strong outside the Colts and Titans. They could make the playoffs, but we'll see. Number 20, speaking of which, because the devil, here's the Tennessee Titans. You know why they're down here. They lost to the Jets. Now, as I said before, offense looks fine even without their top 2 receivers. Because Derrick Henry. I mean, if Derrick Henry can keep it going and they get both guys back healthy next week or Sunday, then they should be good. The problem is the defense. They got carved up in the second half by Zach Wilson. He looked really good. But anyways, besides that, Titans looked absolutely terrible. Number 19, the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, the Vikings, once again, look at the Vikings. Something collapses every week. Whether it's a missed field goal against Arizona, the offense collapsing in the last minute, week 1 against the Bengals, just that fumble, or against the Browns even against the Browns, both the offense and defense, both. Defense can set the Browns. Offense for most of that second half, the Browns are just able to run out the clock. And then the offense couldn't capitalize that because it was still low scoring and they could have easily scored a touchdown, tie it up. But anyway, yeah, also I do have to say, Browns receiving coordinate what the greatest either. The ball to drop Sam Beaker, which we'll get to later. But anyways, the great team, we got the New Orleans Saints. They was the Titans. They lost to a bad team, and they're probably down there. Although, something else about the Saints, I do not think the Saints are making the playoffs. Saints defense does not look good. And I do like the offense a little bit, but I don't think that's enough to carry, though. Especially just like the AFC, there are too many contenders in the NFC for them to even make it. Besides Green Bay and Dallas probably locking up their respective divisions, the Saints are probably looking at number 3 behind the Panthers and Buccaneers. Buccaneers probably won't win first, and Carolina probably a wild card spot. And then the NFC West has all 4 teams as playoff contenders. So who knows? Maybe the NFC West might have the 1st, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Or 3 of those teams make the playoffs. That Carolina takes 3 of them, and then Carolina will probably take that 3rd wild card. But I don't see the Saints make the playoffs. Number 17, we got New England. I want to put them higher because I do think they have a lot of promise. Mac Jones looked pretty good. And besides that 56-yard field goal, there wasn't really any boneheaded moves that really made me think this team is terrible. They should not be. They should be bottom 10. But anyways, I'm gonna have them right here. I really think the teams that are higher than them are kind of better. Number 16, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. Another team. Yep, this is the team that beats out New England for that upper half. Bengals look really good so far. And I think MVP for Joe Burrow, as most Bengals fans are saying, I think he's far from it. I think guys like Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, and Derek Carr are all probably above him right now. Matt Stafford. Number 15, we have the Denver Broncos. Also, the Bengals defense did look pretty good, and then the Jaguars offense to get the Bengals offense can get a chance to win it. I think Denver's going to be lower if Teddy's out long term. If Teddy's out long term, Drew Lock did not look good. I think it went 8 for 19 with an interception. And of course, the Denver coach is getting all mad because the Ravens had to keep their run streak going. Dude, it's not like the Ravens did a fake kneel down or anything. If you want to stop the Ravens from running, I have an idea. Stack the box. They should hit out going. And of course, all the Broncos fans are probably talking about all those stupid play calls. Even though there's a lot of unnecessary roughness on Lamar Jackson that also could have been called. I feel like the rest are very lenient that game to both sides. And we'll get to more Ravens stuff later when I talk about that. But anyways, number 14, Carolina Panthers. Then we're Denver, a 3-0 team loss because of, once again, an easy schedule. I think Carolina's a bit better just because of their defense. I think Denver, Carolina both could have top 10 defenses, but I like Carolina's offense slightly more because Carolina's dealing with a lot less injuries, especially with Christian McCaffrey coming back, which is the best player on their offense. And even then, Sam Darnold looks good both passing and rushing. And even without Dan Arnold, Tommy Tremble and Ian Thomas both look pretty good as their top 2 tight ends. Anyways, moving on from there, we got San Fran, 13. I'm excited to see if they decide that Jimmy Garoppolo is no more and they're going to start Trey Lance. I'm excited to see what he does. And Trey Lance can show that he's the starting quarterback. He ends up winning, and he looks really good. I think 49ers are going to be back in the top 10. But for now, I think number 13 is a good spot. Just because I still know where they would be. Number 12, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, we're getting into the really juicy teams. Seattle offense looked good. Receiving core looks good as usual. Russell Wilson's making plays. The biggest issue is injuries. I mean, I'm excited. Chris Carson is out tonight. And of course, who knows what's going on with Penny, but I was to see what Alex Collins can do as their top running back. So let's see how he does. And then, of course, their defense. And then number 11, we got Seattle's defense absolutely sucks. I still think their defense is the worst in the division. Kansas City at 11. Mahomes, looks to be the best QB in the league right now. Of course, Kansas City's receivers are clicking. Their biggest issue, why they're not in the top 10, is the defense. Similar to Cleveland, honestly, is going to kill me because it's both Cleveland beat Kansas City previously, but Browns won in close games, but they look a lot better in Kansas City right now. Anyway, Kansas City defense has got to get going. I don't know why Frank Clark has been playing. And of course, and then you got Christian Tyrann Mathieu. But that for some reason they cannot stop the run. And because they cannot stop the run, that's really going to cost them. And why I think they won't be in the top 10 for now. But anyways, number 10, we got Cleveland Browns. Defense is really good against the Vikings. Biggest problem was the offense. Apparently, OBJ and Baker have both been playing with torn labrums that both didn't really need to require surgery for, but whatever. However, I'm surprised that they've been doing that, but their athletes are tough. Yeah, and then of course, Brian can get their offense going. They're going to be back top 5, but for now, with the offense looking sluggish, I think number 10 is a good spot. Number 9 is their division rivals. My favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens looked really good yesterday. Passing game looked good. I want to see Tyson Williams get more. I don't know why he was the healthy scratch and not Latavius Murray. Not well, actually, Latavius Murray should be a back as well. But the guy that I want that shouldn't be the healthy scratch is Devontae Freeman. I think the order should be Tyson Williams, Latavius Murray, Le'Veon Bell, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, if we need to scratch anybody, I want it to be Freeman. Python looked really good the first 2 weeks. I mean, what, 80 yards and averaging 6 yards a carry? Like, he looked really good the first 2 weeks. And I don't know why we didn't use him after. Not to mention the receiving core with James Prochet and Marquise Brown both looked really good. I believe they both combined for just about double digit targets and over 100 yards combined. Both of them look really good with each other. And then of course you got Mark Andrews, Sammy Watkins, Devin Duvernay, and eventually Rashad Bateman. So the Ravens receiving core, which in the next couple of years, depending on whether we re-sign Sammy Watkins or not, the receiving core is going to probably be Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, James Prochet, Devin Duvernay, Tylan Wallace. That actually is pretty good. I don't think we're going to use Tylan Wallace as much as the latter 4, but as our starting receivers, that's actually pretty good. Anyways, moving on. Number 8, we got the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo will have a top 10 offense. They look really good against the Texans. I want to see more out of them. I mean, it's the Texans. What do you expect from them? Texans absolutely suck. But anyway, I think Buffalo number 8. Raiders at number 7. You think Raiders look really good? Their secondary could use some improvements. But besides that, the Raiders actually look really good, especially in the front 7. Number 6, you got the Dallas Cowboys. Top 10 offense. Top 15 or 20 defense. Dallas' defense looks really good. But the big story is how good the offense looks. And honestly, Dallas could have a top 10, maybe top 3 offense by the end of the year. And I think comeback player of the year, they're going to come down to either Dak Prescott or Joe Burrow, depending on who has a better season. Number 5, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't want to drop them too far. But their last few weeks haven't impressed me as much as I want to see. I mean, they got blown up by the Rams, and then a week later, and then they went off a missed kick a week later, and of course they get Richard Sherman. But Tampa Bay is going to be a top Super Bowl contender. And honestly, right now, that's 3 NFC teams above Tampa Bay. I need to see more coming out of the defense. Offense looks fine, but the defense is a big problem. And I figure which Dallas might be a Super Bowl contender, but their big issue is the defense as well. And we had all 3 of these teams are above. But anyway, at number 4, I got the Green Bay Packers. Packers have a top 10 offense. And it's Aaron Rodgers once again looking like one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Defense is suspect, which could cost them in the playoffs again. However, they did just get Jalen Smith, so we'll see how he does there. But anyways, moving on. Number 3 at the Chargers. Chargers top 5 offense. Justin Herbert, as I said before, could win MVP. Receiving core looks really good. Defense looks like it could be a top 10 defense. So I got the Chargers at number 3. Number 2, we got the Stanford 49ers, the LA Rams. Honestly, one of my predictions right now is an all LA Super Bowl, Rams Chargers Super Bowl in SoFi Stadium. Actually, that'd be really cool. Imagine the advertising in Los Angeles if that happens. Now you got the Rams. Top 10 offense still. Defense did not look good at all against Arizona. And if they're going to make some noise in the playoffs, their defense has to step up. I mean, you got guys like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and Floyd as well. But the rest of that defense got to step up. And number 1, got the Arizona Cardinals. Defense, top 5 defense right now. Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Isaiah Simmons, the Buda Baker. That defense looks legit. And I'm forgetting a bunch of names. But the offense looks even more legit. I mean, their receiving core is one of, if not the best receiving core of football. I mean, besides having a top 3 receiver in the league in DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green's having a bounce back season after being injured for the last 1.5 years or so. Oh, and you got Raheem Moore, which looked pretty good. You got Christian Kirk, who looks pretty good. I want to see more of that, more out of the run game with James Conner and Chase Edmonds, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's my power rankings. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.